Alright, we are back with more F1 2020 My Team Season 2, and welcome back to the channel, of course. We are heading on into the next two Grand Prix, which are, of course, the Monza Italian Grand Prix and the Singaporean Grand Prix. We are currently sitting in P5 on the driver's standings, and it is looking very good. Possibly in this episode, we could overtake Bottas if we have good Grand Prix and Bottas has a shocker, but that is all to play for in this episode. Alright, we have 1,579 resource points that I will invest into durability because we need to. We'll just start with the turbo right here. We'll just do it rushed. Let's invest that money. You know what? Activities management will invest in that 2 million there. We'll do durability for 3 mil. That should be good. We're heading on into Monza, so I'll do the practice programs and then of course we will meet again for qualification. Conditions were beautiful during practice and we completed all the practice programs and simulated the rest of practice. Now we are heading on into qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Everything looks dry currently, so things are looking good. So here we go. First lap of Q1 is P2, 500th behind Bottas. I think that should be a good time. That one stunning lap is good enough as we sit P2 and we head on into qualifying 2. Bottas is just 500ths faster than us and will easily make up that time in Q2. Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Albon, and Vettel surprisingly crash out of Q1. The Ferrari is struggling there for some reason, but I think Leclerc is still active, so we will see how they fare in Q2. Our first lap of Q2 is looking decent. Fastest lap, of course. Very good run. I think we are done here. Heading on into Q3. Let's see. We do maintain our pole finish. We sit just ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who is 9,000ths of a second slower than us. Bottas is behind him, and yeah, we are leading the Mercedes. Jack Aitken gets knocked out. He's in P11. Oof, it's not looking good for Jack. Lance Stroll, Perez, Verstappen, De Vries, and Norris are the other cars that get knocked out of Q2. So let's see if we can get another pole position in Q3. Alright, first lap of Q3, I think it's a one shot and done because there's rain falling from the sky. It's not looking good for any of the other cars, but we got a 121.8. I think that should be good enough because the rain is getting worse and worse throughout the session, so I think we can maintain it. We do end up maintaining our pole position as we prepare to head on into Monza. It is looking good. That first run was good enough and the rain really mitigated a lot of people from going out again. So here we go, heading on into the race at pole position. Let's hope we can maintain it.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. They must be starting to feel the pressure at this point, Ant. Surely. There's a real shot at the title on the cards here, but one error at the wrong time, well, that could throw it all away.
Of course, there's never a good time to make mistakes, but it will feel 10 times worse if it happens at such a critical point of the season. Let's hope this contest is settled where it should be, on track, wheel to wheel.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Falcon lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ocon, George Russell, and Kvyat, Sainz, Ricciardo, Leclerc, and Lance Stroll, Perez, Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty, Max Verstappen, and De Vries, Norris, Vettel, Alexander Albon, And Nicholas Latifi, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Aitken and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
After the podium last race, people are expecting a lot from you this weekend, but it's going to be tough from here.
Welcome to Monza. It's exciting. Pole position start, always a good one. So let's take a look at our race strategy. We should be best with a soft to medium strategy as expected. 27 laps around the Monza circuit. So we're dropping our fuel load to about 26 laps. So let's do 53 kg. I think everything should be good. So let's just get on with it and maintain this pole start, finish the race, and get it over with, right? So let's go. Rich and overtake engaged as we start the Monza Italian Grand Prix. Okay, we got a decent start. Already ahead of Hamilton and Bottas as we come up to the first turn. Am I getting shafted from behind? I think so, but there's a huge collision behind us as a bunch of cars, I think it was a 3 across on that chicane there. So that's a win for us as we steamroll ahead. Took those 2 turns well. Those are the ones that I always struggle with. So that was good to see. Overtake and standard fuel mixture because I want to save up on fuel and I'm already ahead of Bottas beyond the DRS. Beautiful. First lap is complete and we're nearly 2 seconds ahead of Hamilton. We do secure the fastest lap as it is lap 1. So it is expected to be that way. Ooh, lap 2 is looking good again for another fastest lap. Is it? Yes, it is. We're nearly 2 seconds faster than our first lap. Let's keep pushing though. I mean, there's nothing more to really say. I'm gonna do a lean lap just to save up on some fuel. And hopefully we can push in the later laps. I mean, Hamilton is 3 seconds behind me. So I'm just gonna risk a couple seconds here on this lap because I want to save up on some fuel, and we should be on target within a lap or 2. Lean lap was a good one. We saved up on a lot of fuel, still maintaining that 3 second-ish gap to Hamilton. And just like that, we are right on target and in a surplus of fuel for the race. Let's go, lap 6. Another lap down. Now we're down to 2.5 seconds between Hamilton and ourselves. It's not looking all too great. He's right behind us, so we gotta keep pushing. I'm hoping that Bottas and Hamilton fight it out a little, because that will buy me some valuable time. There we go, another lap down, lap 7 down, and lap 8, here we come. Alright, coming in for lap 10. I think this is our boxing lap. We're on like 50% wear on the front left. We are 900th slower than our best lap on used soft, so we are making some good time here. Hamilton pits early, as you may have just seen, so I don't know. We are pitting this lap. We should be in good shape. Bottas is 7 seconds behind us. Here we go for our pit stop now. Coming in for our pit stop. Switching over to mediums. I don't know if Bottas is following or if he's going to continue. Seems like Bottas is going to continue on his soft compound tires. I am getting the undercut on a lot of these people, I guess. Yes, I am. So let's see if I can get a faster lap time on these mediums. So far, so good. 2.5 we can deal with. So let's see where we end up. I think like P8, right behind Aitken. Oh, wow. Verstappen nearly crashing into us. What is he thinking? Get the dive bomb on these lot. Sliding in right behind Jack Aitken, and we continue. Beautiful. Ooh, the long straight. Let's see how many cars we can overtake here. Jack is in P7. Can we get an overtake on him? No, we can't. Oh, maybe we can. On the chicane? Yes, got the squeeze. from Jack, but we still maintain it. Okay, Lance Stroll is next. Let's see if we can get some overtakes, because it was a boring first half of the race before the pit stop, because I was alone up at the top. Let's see if we can finally get some overtakes. Okay, Stroll, you're mine. You're mine for the taking on this long straight. Ah, they pit. Okay. Got the DRS off of him though. That's good. That's good. And gaining. We're gaining on. We're extending that gap. Ricardo's up ahead just by approximately a second. Let's see if we can make that up here. Here we go. DRS on Ricardo. Let's see if we can push here against Russell and Ricardo. And the other Mercedes, I believe, is still up ahead. Oh, here we go. Rich and overtake deployed on Ricardo and Russell. Let's see if we can get an overtake move done on these guys. Nah, that was a crap turn. Yeah, that was a failure, massive failure. But we did get DRS off Ricardo, and we get back into pole position in the race. Giovinazzi is a solid 11 seconds behind. Checking my tire wear now, we're only on 5 or 6%, so that's decent. And we've gone, what, 2 laps on these now? So we're in good shape. I think it's going to be another boring second half of the Grand Prix. Beautiful. Solid 13-second gap to Bottas. Hamilton's on hard compound tires, so things are looking peachy and good. Now we are 14 seconds and something ahead of Bottas and still gaining on Hamilton. I mean, really, things are looking very good for us. Alright, we are 15 and something seconds ahead of Bottas and still making more time. It's looking great. Fantastic. Uh-oh, take a look at the map. There's a yellow sector. Someone is definitely retiring from the race by the looks of it. Someone has an engine failure. Or something. Someone has a problem. Ricardo. Ah. Alright. Just as expected. We have a VSC. That's fine. We'll try to maintain it. At least it's not a full safety car. Alright, let's keep that green. Alright, now we're gone. Good. We got green flags all around. I guess Daniel Ricciardo's somewhere around here. Yep, Daniel Ricciardo, we just drove by him there. Alright, green flag. There we go. We still maintain our 23 seconds or so ahead of Bottas and Hamilton. Hamilton's 30 seconds nearly behind us. This lap is definitely a contender for fastest lap of the race. We got 2 blue sectors. Let's see if we can do it. Is this another fastest lap on used mediums? Yes, it is. 122.2. Boom. We are 1/10 faster than our best record so far. And that was on softs, so I don't know what's happening. Our mediums are coming to life or something. But we just got a fastest lap. Alright, here we go. Heading on into the penultimate lap. We are 25 seconds or so ahead of Bottas, who's in P2, and Hamilton is 30 seconds behind us in P3. I mean, pretty much this is in the bag as long as I don't mess it up. Nearly did right there, but that's fine. Our tire wear is nearly on 50%. It's not all too bad. So yeah, we're doing very well in this Grand Prix, and I decided, you know what? It's been very quiet, and I'm sure I haven't shown you guys a lot of highlights because literally nothing happened other than that VSC. I was pretty much driving all by myself up in P1. It was quite depressing actually. But yeah, here we are in P1 and gliding towards our next P1 finish of the season. But I just wanted to take a moment and talk about what I expect for the next F1 season. We still are in the midst of a global pandemic, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of circuits closed down or they did not allow any audience. So I think it's another year of just sitting at home and watching from home. Definitely some interesting driver movements, of course. Ricciardo moving from Renault or Alpine to McLaren now. the team principal of Renault resigned or has left the team now. So that who takes place of Alpine is going to be interesting. Of course, Checo or Sergio Perez moved from Racing Point to Red Bull, kicking Alexander Albon out of the Red Bull seat. So definitely some big movements there. Verstappen and Sergio Perez are definitely going to be a power pairing. I think Red Bull are really trying to push for, challenging the Mercedes domination in the Cup. Ferrari also gained Carlos Sainz, who I think is a great driver, and Charles Leclerc sitting next to him. Racing Point, of course, also got a rebranding, of course, from Racing Point to Aston Martin, and Sebastian Vettel is there now. So I think it's going to be a very tight race, especially around the mid to higher top 10 drivers. So I'm expecting some challenge to Mercedes as we finish the Grand Prix here, just like Subaru Motorsport P1.
Nice work, that's P1. Race win, well done.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium.
What a result from us to win the Italian Grand Prix by 30 seconds, I believe. We'll check at the end, but definitely a stunning result, and it really shows the power of our car. I'm loving this. I'm loving these podiums. So what a result at the Italian Grand Prix. We get P1, Valtteri Bottas gets P2, and Lewis Hamilton gets P3. That is a stunning result after all for the top three drivers. We overtook all the Mercedes drivers by 30 seconds? Yeah, 25 seconds to Bottas and 32.8 seconds to Lewis Hamilton. So we were storming ahead. This was a real push from our car. Ocon, Kvyat, Perez, Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc, and Jack round out the top 10. Jack, of course, starting in P21 after some grid penalties, I believe. And yeah, he drove really well to get a P10, at least that 1 point, solid point for the constructors. Carlos Sainz, Stroll, Norris, Gasly, Vettel, Albon, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Grosjean, and De Vries and Magnussen round out the rest of the table here, with Daniel Ricciardo not finishing the race, of course, with a mechanical failure and triggering that VSC during the race. We get the fastest lap with a 122.2, and that was on used mediums towards the end of the Grand Prix as well. Taking a look at the standings now, we see that we are now P2. We overtake Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, and I think Max Verstappen. Goodness me, look at how tight it is now. We are 20 points behind Valtteri Bottas, who had a decent race today and getting P2. I think he earned 18 points, but we are just 20 points behind him. So another win at the next Grand Prix could potentially see us overtaking Bottas to take the lead in the driver standings. Lewis Hamilton is 1 point behind us in 176, and Daniel Ricciardo is 173, so 4 points behind us. Max Verstappen is 13 points behind us. It's now really starting to heat up as the season winds down to the end of the season. Jack in P10, solidifying his position as he extends a little bit on Vettel. He is now 4 points ahead of Vettel. Jack, I hope, can get a couple more decent results and get himself up higher. Maybe top 6, maybe 6th place is very possible. He just needs a decent couple Grand Prix. Constructor standing wise, we are still P3, right behind Red Bull. We are now 127 points behind the leaders Mercedes, who sit on 373. Red Bull are 36 points behind Mercedes on 337. So it is getting a little tense up there. I just need Jack Aitken to get some good results in the next couple Grand Prix, and then we are real challengers against Mercedes and Red Bull. Alright, so welcome back. We have tire blankets, minor tire wear upgrade that failed, so we restart that for 400 or so resource points. I'm going to do the intercooler major engine power upgrade. We'll do standard, not too much of a rush. And we also need to start saving up resource points because we are edging towards the end of the season. I want to make sure that I have enough resource points in case there's a regulation change towards the end of the season. We usually get notification around Singapore or Russia, I think. So I want to start building up some resource points in case we have to adapt other parts in preparation for the next season. Also showing you guys here that the money has been invested by Jack Aitken. You see that he has invested in power mapping perk, so we shall see what happens in the near future with Jack. So it's looking good. All of our upgrades have made it through. We're just waiting on this major upgrade for the powertrain department, I believe. That's the only one that has been triggered. We have 510 resource points, $6.34 million in the bank. We are still way ahead of Mercedes and Red Bull, so I hope that we can perform very well at Singapore to further bolster our lead. So I'll do the practice programs as always, and then I'll see you for qualifying. We are in Singapore for the qualifying sessions. I finished all the practice programs. Didn't do all too well in them, but I did get some high rankings in the on the grid compared to other cars. So I am quite happy with the performance I put in. 811 wings I think is the most optimal for this race. We'll see. If it is not, then it is my fault. Anyway, let's get ready for the qualifying session. We're gonna let time progress a little. First lap of Q1 is a 138. Sees us at P12. Let's see if we can do one more run and improve that lap time. Our one run at P12 sees us at P15 now at the end of Q1. We're just ahead of Daniel Kvyat. Roman Grosjean, De Vries, Latifi, Albon, Giovinazzi, and Magnussen all crash out from Q1, and we head on to Q2. Jack Aitken is at P2, so let's see if we can get similar time. It is a pretty hard circuit. I don't like these street races, so let's see if I can actually improve on my lap time from Q1. Alright, lap 1 of a rainy Q2 session. We sit at P4, 0.2 slower than Vettel, I believe. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see if that is good enough to see us into Q3. Alright, so we are good enough. We sit at P4, just ahead of Kvyat, Norris, Gasly, Verstappen, Hamilton, and George Russell. Ricardo, Vettel, and Bottas are just faster than us in the rain. Ricardo is 6 tenths faster, 7 tenths faster. Jack Aitken gets knocked out at P11. Ocon, Perez, Leclerc, Stroll, and Sainz are also knocked out. Let's head on into Q3 and see if we can actually do wonders. First lap of Q3 is a 138.03, which is third place. Let's see if one more lap around this place could do us some good. Our next lap is approximately 2 tenths faster, sits P4. We sit at P4 right now. Let's see if one more lap will do. I don't know what happened, but we sit at P10 after qualifying 3. We were P4 earlier, but it seems like other drivers got the better of us. Anyway, we're going to start at P10. I know we can do well. I think a podium is achievable on this track, so let's see if we can do that at the race.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. It's a 3.1 mile lap here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit, with 47% taken at full throttle. It's hot, humid and bumpy around the 13 lefts and the 10 rights of mostly slow corners, but we should see speeds of up to 200 miles per hour along the Raffles Boulevard. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Daniel Ricciardo has a clear view ahead from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Lewis Hamilton and Russell, Norris, Kvyat, Gasly and Falcon, Sainz, Stroll, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Ocon, Magnussen, Antonio Giovinazzi and Alexander Albon, Latifi, Aitken, Grosjean and Nick de Vries. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Looks like Jack Aitken is piling on his penalties. In the past 2 Grand Prix, I think he took grid penalties, but the car is fast and we know that we can do well if the car is at optimal state. So let's edit our strategy and see if 3-stent soft, medium softs are possible. Can I remove this stent, please? Thank you. I mean, I think Singapore eats tires for breakfast, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is worse. Yeah, so we are doing a medium to hard stint. I'm gonna come in on lap 13 as always, and we're gonna drop our fuel load to approximately 30 laps, I guess. I think we can fuel manage here a little, so let's see. I'm just gonna head in to the race because there's nothing else for me to say. I'm shocked that we're starting at P10, but still, we can do something about it. Alright, we're getting ready to go. Rich and overtake deployed, trying to jump as many cars as possible before the first turn. Had to go wide there. We'll take a corner cut there, fine. Oh, overtake, let's push. Okay, so far so good. I mean, I'm trying to stay right behind Hamilton. Oh god, Norris is pushing from behind. I need to push on Hamilton because I'll take that corner cut.
Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty.
I know, bro. Alright, let's go. Come on. Come on! Got the fastest sector 3 though. Come on, Hamilton. Get here. Get over here. DRS enabled now. Oh my god, Hamilton's pulling away. These AIs know how to drive, man. They drive inch perfect. They drive inch perfect. That is unfair, I think. Ah! Look at that. What is that? My rear... Wait, is DRS broken? I think my DRS is broken. Oh, shucks.
DRS will be offline. There's a fault with the rear wing system.
Okay.
Stay out. We can work on a fix remotely.
Work your magic, Jeff. I'm gonna try and keep these guys behind me. Whew, still trying to manage my lead in front of Norris and trying to catch Hamilton. My DRS is still broken. Not that it matters right now because I don't use DRS, but here we go. Keep pushing, Sue. Alright, I got a bit of clean air ahead of me and clean air behind me. I don't know where Lando Norris disappeared to, but apparently he is not there anymore, and maybe he pitted. And Russell and Kvyat are just behind me, approximately 1 second behind me. So let's see what happens in the next couple laps. Oops. Oh my goodness, Russell took a hit. Oh, I have minor front wing damage. That is why my car won't turn. Now we are going to fit hard compound tires. Do I want a new wing? Sure, why not? Add it on there. Why not? Yeah, I think we're getting a new wing. Yep, we're getting a new wing. Go, 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 minions. I want a sub 7. Sub 7 would be ideal. Ah, it's 8. It's 8. Okay.
Exit now.
Aw, man, we're behind all those cars. We're not gonna get ahead of them. Dang it. Whatever. We'll try to work it. Alright, we'll take a collision with Grosjean. That's fine. I'm struggling with this Grand Prix, guys. This Grand Prix is unbelievable. Oh, I got DRS. Oh my god, I got DRS. Finally, about time. They got the fix. Can we get this overtake on De Vries? Yes, we can overtake De Vries. Next up is Latifi. Come on, come on, come on. Let's set something up. Come on. Catch up to Latifi, man. Uh-oh, yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag?
Incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Yeah, I know, but is that a safety car moment? Please be a safety car moment. Lewis Hamilton is out.
The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain
Alright.
positive
Alright, what are we looking at? Latifi ahead of us.
teammate by
We need to push.
4 seconds.
Yeah, I know. This is my worst nightmare. This is just as stressful as Monaco. And I'm trying. I am seriously trying. But I can't get this right. Come on, push. Lap 22. Come on. Alright, we're getting within reach of DRS to Latifi. So, let's keep pushing. Alright, DRS on Latifi. Let's push. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please. Alright, we're right on your tail, Latifi. Come on, come on. I think I can get him on this turn. Yes, I do. Alright, we got Latifi. Come on, push on Magnussen and Kvyat. They're right next to each other. We can easily overtake both of them, given the optimum opportunity. Ooh, Jack is in the pits again. Okay. Why? Why is Jack in the pits? Did he get hit? I guess he took damage. Anyway, we keep moving. We need Magnussen and Kvyat. Magnussen and Kvyat. That's my goal for this episode. Or rather this Grand Prix. I scuffed the whole thing, but if I overtake Magnussen and Kvyat, I'll be happy. Jack Aitken gets fastest lap. That's interesting. Isn't he like behind us? I mean, he does have fresher tires after that pit stop now. Come on, we're so close to Magnussen. 1.3 seconds. And we have like, what, 2 laps left of the Grand Prix? Come on, car. Do it.
We expect the grip levels to start falling.
Let's get a P12.
Teammate behind is 10.9 seconds.
Come on, push. Let's go. Let's try to catch this Magnussen and Kvyat. I think we can do it. This is the one. Holy crap. This is the one. This is the one. Come on, come on, come on. Final lap. Come on, come on. Oh! Oh, I did it. I did it on Magnussen. Now it's time for Kvyat. Come on, come here. Come here. Kvyat, come here. Come on. Rich and overtake and everything deployed. Come on, can we outbrake Kvyat here? That would be insane. Oh, we'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it. Oh, we'll take wing damage, I don't care. Oh my god. The Ishhausery. Alright, final couple turns. Crucial turns. I need to get these right. Absolutely right. Come on. Oh, the horror story of Singapore comes to an end now. Oh, taking this turn a little wide, but that's okay. We still secure. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
It's never easy to make it across the finish line here in Singapore, but they've done so with some style here today to take a remarkable victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Dang. Ricardo and Bottas get points today, which is really bad. We kind of drop significantly in the driver standing. This is bad, but let's see if we can make up for it. Alright, here we are at the final table of the Grand Prix. Ricardo, Bottas and Sainz round out the top podium positions. Gasly, Leclerc, Verstappen, Stroll, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Sergio Perez and Vettel, Perez round out the top 10 points positions. Vettel was just ahead of us, and then we come in 12th. Magnussen, Kvyat, Latifi, De Vries, Jack Aitken, Russell, Albon, Roman Grosjean, and Lando Norris round out the rest of the grid, with Lewis Hamilton not finishing the race. Jack Aitken also getting fastest lap, so we did secure 1 point, but we are in the bottom half of the table. I don't think the car was suited for Singapore, and it was kind of a Singapore Grand Prix. Haha, but anyway. Let's take a look at the standings, because we do drop. Ricardo overtakes us and we are 1 point ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Still, Lewis Hamilton did not get any points and neither did we, but Ricardo and Bottas secure some valuable points. So now our gap to the leader is 38 points. So I was hoping I could overtake Bottas in this Grand Prix, but the tides had changed. Regarding the constructor standing, we still sit in the middle between Red Bull and Racing Point, so we are still secure there. Hopefully in the next couple Grand Prix we can start building more points to bump us up further up the driver standing. So our rivalry against Bottas is not looking too good. 2 points and 5 points for Bottas. Now it's very tight. We are 4 points away from winning it, so hopefully the next Grand Prix will lead us to victory in that rivalry. We are now level 14 strong in personal acclaim. Jack Aitken is at 10 and our team acclaim is in 17. Hopefully we can build on that soon. We don't get any bonuses from this Grand Prix because we did not get any, positive results. We take a 47.5k gain from deductions and we sit at 7.74 million. Anyway, what a stunning couple Grand Prix it was here. Italy, Monza was a breeze. It was so easy to, complete that track. We were 25 seconds ahead of P2, and that was an easy dub secured this time around at Singapore, we struggled a bit. It was not as good as we hoped it would be. I mean, we were valiant in getting the dive bombs out of the way early to secure P6, was it? Before dropping a lot of positions because one, poor driving, like we weren't good on this track, and two, we had to change the front wing, so that really pushed us back regarding time. A bunch of cars left the pit earlier than I did, and I ended up being behind them. Yeah, this was a difficult circuit. I was hoping for a safety car at some point, but oh, there was a collision there too. But I was hoping for a safety car so that I could really find my groove, because towards the end of the Grand Prix I really felt comfortable, and it was really a good track for me. But early on it was out of the window. Like, the track was here and there. I didn't have grip at times, sometimes I did, so it was quite difficult. But at the end, we secured a P12. It was outside the points positions, but what can we do? Anyway, for the next Grand Prix, I hope we can find our pace again, get some points, get some championship points as well, so that we can really push against the top teams. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for stopping by this channel and watching this video with me. And it was a lot of fun filming these 2 Grand Prix, and we have 6 more Grand Prix left, I believe. So the season is starting to wind down. So until next time, please take care of yourselves. Please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe using the red button down below, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when the next video goes live on my channel. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. And until next time, please take care of yourselves, and I will see you then.